Hey guys, I have Marie here with me, and we're going to go through a probate role play and training session. As with all of our role play and training sessions, this is as much for you guys to see how Marie navigates a conversation as it is for you to see how I train and suggest adjustments to the dialogue and the conversation approach. So, without further ado, Marie and I are just going to jump right into a probate role play. Marie, you can start with a ring ring.
Okay, let's go ahead and start now. Ring ring.
Hello.
Good morning. I was looking for John Thompson.
Yeah, this is John. Who's this?
Hi, John. My name is Marie. I hope you're doing well. I'm really not sure if I have the right person here. Do you by any chance have involvement with the estate of David Thompson?
Um, yeah, that's my brother. Why?
Okay, I'm so sorry to hear about what happened, but I'm not sure if what we help with this for you, John. Do you have a quick minute for me to tell you what I was calling about?
Um, yeah, I'm a little bit busy, but I guess go ahead.
I do appreciate the time, and I promise I'll make it fast. John, our team offers a turnkey program that helps with the probate process. We handle tasks like selling real estate, arranging estate sales, property cleanout, and other responsibilities you might not have time to handle. Are you just getting the process started, or do you have a good handle on your probate process so far?
Yeah, no, I think we've got a pretty good grasp on it. Most likely don't need anything.
That makes perfect sense. Maybe if something changes down the road and you do decide you want a little help, we could keep in touch. Can I give you my name and number?
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Okay, so my name is Marie, and our number is going to be 610
Okay.
123 4567.
Okay.
I
Got it.
appreciate Okay, I appreciate that you were so gracious, John. But just before I let you jump off, do you mind if I ask? Once you get the whole probate process behind you in a few months, was your family thinking about holding on to the real estate long term, or is that something you were leaning towards selling?
Um, the truth is, we really haven't talked a whole lot about it. So I can't quite answer that question yet.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Sounds like you're not the only one making that decision.
No, I've got to talk to my other brothers and my mom. She's she's kind of gonna have something to say about it too.
I really understand why you probably don't know what you'll do with the house yet, since you have to talk to your brother and mother first. But if you had your way personally, John, which way would you lean? Do you think you'd prefer to sell the property or keep it in the family?
Uh, well, since um since I'm not really going to get a benefit out of it, I don't want to answer that. I think we'll probably end up having to sell it. But again,
Mhm.
I just don't know yet, and I'm not getting a
Okay.
benefit out of it. So, I'm just doing the legal stuff for my brother and his
Mhm.
kids. Um,
Well, I hear that from a lot of people, and sounds like you want to get rid of it or you wanted to sell it if you had your way personally, correct?
yeah, I mean, I think that they probably ought to sell it.
Okay. But do you think you would be at least open to looking at a cash offer on the property if you sent one?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why that would hurt.
Okay, then I'm gonna have to make a cash offer. But before I can do that, I need to find out just a little bit of information about the property. Like, are there any remodeling to the kitchen and bathroom that's done in the last 5 years?
I don't think so. I mean, the house isn't really that old. It was I'm gonna say it was probably built in the mid 2000s. So I don't think it really needs anything, and because of
Okay.
that, I doubt they've upgraded anything.
Okay, thank you. But are there any repairs that need to be done, like major or minor repairs? What do you think?
I really haven't been over to the house in probably 2 years, so I don't think so. I think it's in pretty good shape.
Okay, that's fine. But we typically close in about 30 days to 45 days. Does that work for you? Just in case we come to some sort of agreement on the price of the house, John.
Um, probably. The only you got to understand, I'm not like for me it works, but I got to do
Mhm.
what the family wants. So
Okay,
if they're not ready for closing, they're not ready for closing. That's all I can do.
and that's definitely fine. Is someone living in the house or is it vacant?
Um, right now. Um, my ex-sister-in-law stops by with the kids every now and then. They are not
Mhm.
staying there permanently. I think they're just over there kind of cleaning some stuff up.
I see. Okay. But sounds like this is a nice house. So just check it. Why are you considering selling if you had your way personally?
It doesn't really matter what I want right now. I think that they need to get rid of it, just because they already live in a house. The my nieces and nephews are already in a property, and I just don't really personally see a reason that they would need to keep it. But
Mhm.
that's not my call.
Right. Okay. No problem. So here's the thing, John. We can buy your property with all cash and take the property in as is condition. And you don't have to do any repairs or clean out. You won't have to spend another penny on the property. Also, there are no realtor commissions and we pay the closing cost fees. For an offer like that, what would you be willing to take the property, John?
Depends on the family.
Okay.
I think it's probably worth somewhere in the 350 to 400 range, but I don't know. I'm not the expert. I haven't looked at the values over there for a little while.
Okay, and I completely understand. So, here's the thing that we're going to do. I'll forward the information to my partner, which is a property specialist. Her name is Dawn, and if your property qualifies, Dawn will give you a call as soon as possible. Or can you give me an available time when Dawn can contact you about our cash offer?
I'd say any time in the next couple of days is completely fine. I'm going out of town for a week, starting on Monday. So
Okay.
before Monday would be good. I should have some free time.
Okay, perfect. I have successfully forwarded that information to my partner. Just in case you need to send a copy of our offer through email, can I ask for your email address?
Yeah, sure. It's Bruce at gmail.com.
Got it. Thank you so much for your time today, Bruce. Enjoy the rest of your day, okay? Take
Okay.
care.
Thank
We'll
you.
talk to
All
you
right.
soon. Bye bye.
Bye. Okay. All right. Good. You handled a lot of really good, important things. So I took a few notes on some small adjustments to the beginning of your call, really small.
Okay.
So you had mentioned when I said that the deceased person was my brother, you said, I'm sorry to hear what happened.
Okay.
So that kind of would imply that you know the circumstances around a loss. I would change that to just, I'm really sorry to hear that, or something
Oh,
like that.
sorry.
I'm sorry to hear that, or sorry to
Okay.
hear about the loss, something like that.
Okay,
Right.
I'll take note of that.
Yep. Another thing, and this is actually in some of the training and the scripts that I've provided, and the way that it sounded when you delivered it didn't set right with me. In your opening, you said, "I'm not sure if what we help with is right for you," and I'm the one that put that in there. So I want everyone to
Sure.
know that that this is something that I think you're going to adjust, even though it's in the training. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not sure if what we help with is right for you. Up until that point, we really haven't mentioned any services. I might, instead of, I'm not sure if what we help with is right for you, I might change that to, hey, I don't know if this is right for you. Hey, I don't
Okay.
know if this is right for you. Because if you haven't mentioned any services, all of a sudden you're giving them a clue that this is going to be a sales call. This is going to be about services.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm not sure if this is right for you. Could I take a quick second, just tell you why I was calling? That's the adjustment that I think I'd make to the opening.
Okay.
Because I want to keep their defenses down. And the second you say, I'm not sure if our service or what we help with is right for you, immediately they know, oh, now you're about to sell me on something. You're about to pitch
Correct.
me on something. And then you say, could I take a minute and tell you why I was calling? But if their guard is up, they might say no. So let's just say, I
Mhm.
don't know if this is right for you. Could I take a quick second to tell you why I was calling, and then go into your pitch?
Okay.
Everything through most of your opening was really good. I picked up on a couple of other small little things, nothing significant. I'll tell you, from an overall communication standpoint, there was one major adjustment that you're going to have to make.
Okay.
And that's going to be recognizing what the person has said and their involvement. So I made it really clear, and then I kept circling back to the exact same point, is I'm not getting any benefit from selling. I personally don't care what we do. I have an opinion on what the family should do. I'm just a facilitator. And because of that, my personal motivation doesn't really matter.
Okay.
So you kind of hammered on the point throughout the call that that we were going with my preference, that I wanted, you wanted to find out what I wanted to sell the house for. You wanted to find out why I wanted to sell the house, all those different things. When I in the role that I was playing, and this is not a normal role, but in the role that I was playing, I was really firm on the fact that I had no personal motivation in
Mhm.
the with over what we did with the property. So just be conscious of what that person's motivation is. And if they make it clear that they don't have a motivation, you're going to have to modify the questions that come later. So you were
Okay.
going through all the right questions. All your questions were right, but they weren't right for me as the character that I was playing that had no motivation. I was getting no benefit. I was doing a job for my family members because I was just best suited to do it. So the questions that you ask should, they're all great questions, again, all great questions, and they should be asked. But I want you to modify how you ask those questions. Instead of it being about what I want and what my motivation is, you're going to basically say, hey, I know this isn't up to you, and it's not about your desires. Do you have any idea why the family might need to sell? Is anyone living there now? What other reasons would there be that they would need to sell? Or are there any reasons that they might hold on to the house? Okay.
Okay.
So instead of talking about me,
Yeah.
talk about they in a circumstance like that. And again, this is going to be a little bit of an unusual call because most people have a personal preference on whether they sell or not.
Right.
Okay. So what I'm telling you is not going to apply to most of your calls. The other thing is I
Got it.
want you hearing what someone says and then molding, adjusting your questions around it. So I basically mentioned that I hadn't been into the property for a long time and I don't know the condition. It's probably in good condition. So I'm saying it's probably in good condition. I don't know. And then you went and asked a couple of additional condition questions. And those condition questions just probably weren't needed because I told you in the beginning I didn't know. So
Okay.
hear what they're saying. And if it throws off your series of questions, just let some of those questions go. And you might go more generic with one of those questions. You might say, "Hey, could you tell me a little bit about the overall condition and status of the house? Is it updated? Does it need a lot of work? What's the condition like?" So that's more of a broad generic question. And now if the person has kind of told you that they don't have a lot of experience with the house, now maybe they just open up and they start to talk about the things that they do know. And instead of you having to ask individual questions, you can let them bring up as many points as they want. I might have answered 3 or 4 of your questions without you even having to answer if you'd put a broad generic question in. So sometimes you don't have to ask all the individual questions. You can ask one that just kind of leaves it open-ended, and I might answer a bunch of your questions for you without you even having to ask. And
Okay.
then anything that I don't answer, you can now go ask those questions.
All right.
All in all, really, really solid job, top notch. And for those of you that don't know, if you're still watching this, if you Marie did a great job. So you might not even gotten to this point in the call, but if you are watching this and you're a real estate agent, Marie was calling on behalf of an investor in that particular role play. So we don't have to push cash offers or anything like that. It could be a listing offer. If you don't make cash offers, that's no problem. That's an easy adjustment to the script. All right, perfect. Marie, thank you so much.